Watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with...
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a...
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying... Paulo's nearly done.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard...
Me? I'm an
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he...
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines, too. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one.
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think she kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running. It was only after she was gone that we...
You mentioned earlier about the troop.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable... I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, it was like that until the director found me one day. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my med.
She sounds like a real...
She really was. She gave everything she had to her... I was a lost child, too, when she found me. As the child of her, the other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say, one day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you...
Yeah.
The day you hoped would never come.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here.
Farina? The Farina?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was
Same here!
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. Yes, the script, of course. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years...
Consciousness?
Water as a conscious entity.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice her...
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover. Plus...
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater...
There's actually something else. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And if we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory... What about if... the little Oceanid...
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me. And perhaps a little irresponsible.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found.
The director was the kindest soul in the world. Yet she was
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest...
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing.
Villemont? The one who's...
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Because... well,
What?
it's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. I did tell her how I felt once. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troop, well, maybe then she... And now, So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it...
In that case, you have to straighten things. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on any.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
The pleasure is all mine.
Witness my magnificence!
Take heart. Victory will be ours.
There are still so many places for us to explore.
Let the wind lead. Ready for anything.
This is tough going. Delphi.
As if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the Traveler here. Wait, why?
We're just curious, that's all.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into indemnitium.
Precisely. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just...
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie, indeed. Alas, I am forced to watch.
Aw, too bad.
Sorry to leave all the heavy...
Don't worry, Hey!
Gather!
Offensive retreat!
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Farina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Viamant, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamant. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw the boxes, but she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, the merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to... I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that, but things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say it. Yeah, I got...
Hey, don't...
You traitor! What do you mean? You were afraid? This was a life... How could you be...
Please, try not to get too...
Yeah, listen to him!
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for this...
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back in my life. So
Get out of my sight! Go!
That's enough! You've screamed and... Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real life? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate...
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all... But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but...
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? What are you laughing at?
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that if she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that...
Really? But she sounded like...
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came...
I'm truly sorry.
It's all right.
So...
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on... The end of the story needs to focus back on Aurelie herself. She's the true star.
What do you...
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that if you could find anything that Aurelie left behind...
You really think that...
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story.
No.
Well...
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the...
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the... Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place...
So, this is all Aurelia.
Hey! It's full of script lines!
Let me take a look. Maybe... Aha! Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then...
Lachey took so many lives.
I guess Aurelie must have written all of this down in the hope that her record... wait! Her handwriting here gets patchier. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourself.
She was so terrified.
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her true... I can't bear to think how painful... wait. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffer...
Isn't that the most important line in...
Because I am an old...
Oh!
So she didn't regret her decision. I'm sure this is what the troupe would have hoped. She had their utmost trust, admiration. Let's go.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the...
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a...
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice her... Well, Vilmont?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even...
Don't underestimate my experience. After watch, if you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully... And aren't human emotions? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on...
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Farina.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the...
Actually, before that, I'd like to make... During the curtain call, please allow...
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was original. Besides, a role commemorating her...
Well, if you're...
All right. I'll leave you to fine-tune your music.
Procure a stage?
Oh, it's okay.
That place? Oh, don't be silly.
Whoa, wait.
No. That's never going to work.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't...
No.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect... Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervila... Look at that! Looks like I guessed right.
You were just guessing?
I knew you'd be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too.
I would like to book the Opera Epic...
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex, and the story of the little Oceanid is most fascinating. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion...
Huh? What do you...
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So, in the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to...
Why would...
Well, if the little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become... The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, it would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity.
Haven't I already made myself clear? Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no... This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff...
Thanks, Nervalek.
You are very... Many people were once enthralled by... I hope that one day, she'll be able to understand...
Everyone, thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, we've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity. A touching story. Now, let's...
This is... The sooner we can finalize the ending... Fiumali and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation.
Communication is vital to any good
Look at us.
It's amazing. Even though Farina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired.
Please feel free to give us any comments or suggestions you have.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance...
This guy could be useful.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their role.
What should we do? It's almost...
Hey, what's going on? Oh no, not again.
They've been getting less...
What? I thought they cure it.
I figured whatever...
How could you do this to yourself? And after that...
I'm sorry.
You...
Miss Farina?
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to... Loic, your character has no more...
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done.
Please take Delphi back to her place. From this...
Thank you, Miss Farina.
Never mind. What's done is done. No one likes regrets. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so...
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated... What, in your opinion, is the reason...
It's her pure heart, despite all the pain and loneliness she had to endure. She never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
Well said. I leave Director O'Reilly...
Is she here yet?
When will she get here?
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait-il plus beau? Me pardonneras-tu, ô chère mère? L'eau dans son courant fait danser nos vies, et la cité elle nourrit, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My... wish...
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je serai toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté, et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
Is it just me? Or was that Lady Farina? She hasn't been seen for a while now.
Gotta say, though, her acting skills are as superb as ever.
The little Oceanid, Cleo, played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a...
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. It's too bad that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, she's back.
On Seriously, what is he doing?
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that every...
Yes, I know the rule, but...
It's no big deal. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, yeah? Well, since you...
This is a great chat and all, but can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during... Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then...
Oh, I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, I'll bet the audience has never seen such a...
Wait, what about Dolphy?
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how If nothing else, we can safely say...
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though...
How did the performance go?
You'll be glad to know it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Farina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
No, don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very
Well, I've had bad luck ever since I was born.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't...
Oh, don't you start.
Aw, you two clearly care a lot about each other.
I don't know.
You mean we never stop arguing with each...
So, any plans for after the brilliant performance you put on? The reputation of your troupe is you could capitalize on the rave reviews and
No, we should still disband.
Yeah.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space.
Hey, don't just walk off!
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Farina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Farina? Any future plans?
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go, until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I previously imagined. Maybe Nervillette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else, but I do have a desire to express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all. Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a but from now on, I want to spend my time. I want to watch them blossom and wither. I'm sure this is what captivated director Ori.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place.
If a vision is a gift, then I should do my... It's ironic to think that in my whole time and now that the gods have given me their blessing, it is that how humans feel?
Strike a pose!
We have put it... If you ever...
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
Boats. I'm feeling a little off.
The sun feels almost as hot as those studio lights I'm in front of all the time. Good thing there can only be one sun. Take it! Go on. You have my approval. The sun feels almost...
I see everything.
What a pleasant... Truly an extra slice of joy. The sun feels almost as hot as those studio lights I'm in front of all the time. Good thing that...
Curiosity deserves a reward. We'll need a strategy. Hey! Hold the line! Fire hazard! I see everything! Allow me! Everyone hold hands! Sharing my knowledge! Hey! The fuse is lit! Grow, grow, grow! Fire hazard!